It's been about a month and a half since the massacre at a Texas elementary school that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead. The school police officers who responded to the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde, Texas, have faced criticism for their slow response. The tragedy in Uvalde has increased conversations and scrutiny surrounding school police and school resource officers right here in Indiana. WRTV Investigates Kara Kenny found most elementary schools in Indiana do not have their own school resource officer or SRO.
Walking the halls is just part of the job. Chase Lyde is the chief of police for the Avon School Police Department and says a big part of his job is getting to know the students.
Sometimes there's this view that school resource officers are just looking around, waiting on something to happen all day. But the essence of what a school resource officer does is finding kids and building relationships with them.
Chase is also the president of Indiana's School Resource Officer Association.
Should every single school have its own officer?
We would love to see that for communities and departments and schools that have those resources. We would love to see that. That's certainly best.
But WRTV Investigates found most elementary schools in Indiana do not have their own school resource officer, including Avon, where Chase works. WRTV found Noblesville is one of the few districts that does have an SRO at each elementary school, and Carmel will also this coming school year.
Why are schools not doing this?
Again, resources determine the capacity for communities, law enforcement agencies, school districts. We simply don't have the funds or manpower available to have one school resource officer in every school. There are some communities who have that luxury, not all do.
The same day as the Robb Elementary School shooting in Texas, on May 24th, Muncie Community Schools announced it's partnering with a private security firm. The proposal included 3 SROs at the high school, 2 at each middle school, but only 1 officer to cover all 6 elementary schools.
Thousands and thousands of youngsters, their lives at risk. That to me is unacceptable. In this day and age, the norm has to be to protect.
Eric Hoffman is the prosecutor in Delaware County, which includes Muncie, and he's concerned about school shootings.
The disturbing fact of the matter is they are occurring in elementary schools, and we cannot turn a blind eye to it. If you don't have school security, it should be number 1 on your list. And if you don't have it, you have nothing.
Most elementary schools do not have their own SRO. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the norm has to change.
Muncie school security expert Jay Dotson agrees.
You need to protect those elementary schools just as much as the middle schools and the high schools. I know there are times they probably put more of the resources, security resources to the higher level older children because there's physical fights and things like that. But as we've seen recently and in the past, that elementary schools are vulnerable. So I would think that we need to protect all of them equally.
We took their concerns to Muncie Community Schools and their new security firm, Legacy Life Security Solutions. To our surprise, they gave us an important update.
And we are now increasing the security force by 2 more team members. So we are actually going to have more security than what we've had in our schools.
School spokesperson Andy Klotz says a community partner stepped up to provide funding for the extra officers. The total cost of using the outside security firm, $675,000 a year.
To have every school have an SRO, that can be a difficult chore, but we're on the path to getting there. And if you look at, again, those national statistics, so many schools don't have SROs. We're very close to being able to have that one-to-one relationship, even in our elementary schools. So we're getting there.
The National Association of SROs recommends schools have at least 1 SRO for every 1,000 students. Muncie will have 11 total officers for its 5,000 students, well beyond the recommendation.
Here's what you can do as a parent. Ask what your school security looks like, including the number of officers, their use of force policy, and urge your school board to prioritize safety. Be involved in that process and advocate for your child's safety. Working for you, Kara Kenny, WRTV.
Kara, thank you. Not everyone supports the need for more police in schools. Some argue there's limited evidence more SROs prevent school shootings. Another argument, more officers can have a negative impact on people of color. Black students in Indiana schools are are arrested at higher rates than white students, according to federal and state data analyzed by WRTV Investigates. State data, including from the Indiana Department of Education Bullying and Arrest Report, shows that black students make up 12% of the state's student population, yet comprise 26% of arrests on school property. Mount Vernon Schools in Hancock County is increasing the number of school resource officers in their district. Voters in Fortville and McCordsville approved a referendum in May that will allow the Mount Vernon district to have school resource officers in every school and 2 in the high school. Previously, SROs were only in 3 of their schools.